Well, there it is, the Hotel Frontenac in beautiful and historic Quebec City. Have you been to Quebec? And if so, when's the last time you came? Maybe you should come back again. We're going to enjoy some escargot, do a little shopping, have a couple of cocktails, try to find some fancy French food, but mostly walk up and down these hills and soak in this beautiful town. Are you ready? Let's do this. The first order of business is find something to eat right away. All right, we're in a restaurant called Omelette, and we're going with the quiche Lorraine and some escargot. But first, let me tell you about this little aperitif called Caribou. It's a French-Canadian aperitif made of 3 parts red wine and 1 part spirit, usually rye. Now here's the quiche Lorraine, and I'm a big quiche person. Let's just take a quick bite. Let's show you the inside. I'm not going to, bite it and ooh and ah. I will taste it. Ooh ah, it is really great. And now the escargot. Escargot is always hot. Even the dish it's on is hot. And these are probably going to burn my mouth. If it's too hot, I'll just wait till later. Big fan of escargot. These are really small. I guess that's why you get 2 in each little pouch. I'm so glad we went right in right away. I recommend that. When you get to a new city, don't mess around trying to decide where to eat. Just eat and move on. Now that we've been sated, we hit the riverfront to explore a little bit, and here's the Hotel Frontenac, which we'll go into in some detail at a later time. Time for an afternoon snack, and what you see here is fondue. Not the traditional fondue, but untraditional. It's cheese mixed with something and fried with cherries on top, and it's delish. The architecture is the best thing about Quebec. Just wandering around is rewarding. Wander, eat, drink, wander, eat, drink. The trick is to only eat and drink a little bit at each stop. Here's a square you can get to. Remember those stairs we just saw? You go down to the left and then to the left again, and you find this beautiful square. And the hotel. It was kind of a splurge. Look at that. A suite. Beautiful. And worth every penny. While there are high taxes in Canada and the gas is expensive, the exchange rate kind of balances that out. Overall, I think it's a good deal. Here's breakfast. In some ways, Quebec is more French than France. For example, communicating in Paris, if you speak only English, is a lot easier than Quebec. On the way up, tried to buy gas, and the gas station attendant could not communicate with me other than sign language, and just getting gas was a fairly lengthy experience. Now let's just explore the Frontenac. All right, this is the lobby of the very famous and historic Hotel Frontenac. And we're not staying here, but we do want to experience it. So let's go have a drink, perhaps a cocktail, in the bistro bar. I think we're going to go with an Aperol Spritz, maybe with a dash of Cynar and 3 olives on top. What do you say? Now, the common areas like the lobby and the restaurants and bars, very fancy. And there's a sticker shock when it comes to drinks. But don't forget that wonderful exchange rate. Now here's our hotel for night number 2. Very pleasant and very quiet. Roomy and got that exposed stone and those beams. Loved it. Now time to wander a bit and soak in that well-preserved vibe. And, of course, get something else to eat. This is a restaurant that I've been looking forward to. Yesterday, we walked by this place called Rue and Pettigrew. It looked awesome. So we're going to go in now and check it out. I've heard good things about it. We initially discovered it just by walking by and looking at the menu on the wall. They do have an option called table d'hôte, which means table of the host, and you just order that and you have no idea what you're going to get until you get it, which we'll do next time. We started with rosé bonbon, which is oysters of the moment, hibiscus cream, pink lady apple and lime, shallot and charred cucumber mignonette, and hibiscus powder. My favorite dish was ravioli stuffed with braised beef, belle mere cheese emulsion, cabbage, red cabbage puree and powder, Brussels sprout leaves, and raspberry meat juice. Scallop ceviche, fresh Nordic shrimp, lime mayonnaise, shrimp cake, cranberry relish, elderberry liquor, dill and lemongrass oil with little buckwheat crisps. We also enjoyed the carnaroli risotto with mushrooms, Louis d'Or cheese shavings, and honey and maple balsamic, a perfect creamy egg, and mushroom chips. Woo! Oh my God. Grue and Pettigrew, a dining experience I will never forget. Usually when you go to a restaurant, it's kind of, the experience is here. This one, it was way up here. This place was so good. It's almost worth the 7-hour drive from Boston to get to Quebec City to check it out. Speaking of the 7-hour drive, you can practically get to Paris in about the same time. There are pros and there are cons, but for a quick trip, meaning 3 to 4 days, last minute, in the right season, Quebec is great. Don't go in the summer. On the way home to break up the trip, we stopped in the White Mountain area at a cabin and had a fire that lasted hours and hours. It even survived a rainstorm. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and click on the bell to get notified of future posts. And it'd be cool if you could rate the video and share the video. And remember, travel lightly.